Chapter 71 Massage Zhu Zhuqing. One fight if you disagree. Page 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What can I do to help the disobedient disciple who dares to disobey his master? I said so. Yu Xiaojiang added. But I only gave a general idea at the time. It is natural that soul bones can be absorbed, but there are also differences. Just like this martial soul fusion skill, according to the Tang Sect encyclopedia, if the compatibility exceeds 60% of the martial soul, it can cause the martial soul to resonate. But this is only the lowest level of compatibility and its power is average. The higher the compatibility, the stronger the martial soul fusion skills will be. So I see. Based on the characteristics of the tiger eagle, it would be most suitable for this soul bone to be given to the agility and power attack systems. Inside and outside the words, it was to exclude Tang San from being a candidate. Tang San was so angry. Good. That's how you play, right? I have been carrying you for more than a month. There is no credit but hard work, right? You turned around and stabbed me in the back. Old thief. You deserve to die. The host asks Yu Xiaojiang to break with Tang San and snatch a small amount of Tang San's luck. Reward, all soul bone years plus 500. Yo ho. Is there any surprise here? Tang Lan looked at Tang San's furious expression and thought he was going to rant. In the end, I was stunned and held it back. The old ideas of ancient people still prevented him from directly breaking up with Yu Xiaojiang. Tang Lan felt a little regretful. I can only tell you what I have planned in advance. Since we can't argue, let's start a competition. I made an appointment with the Tiando Royal Academy team for a soul fighting competition in a month. Whoever performs best among you three will get this soul bone. Dai Mubai's eyes lit up. I was ready to give up, but what happened? As the highest level one except Tang Lan. He still has a chance. Sect Master, I have no problem. Dai Mubai agreed. It's no problem for me. Tang San said confidently, my third soul skill will definitely not be bad. Like the historical trajectory, this third soul skill is still spider web restraint. I will perform well. Zhu Zhuqing is bound to win. After making puffs and hot dogs for Tang Lan last night, Zhu Zhuqing could clearly feel that his martial spirit and Tang Lan's Lei Yan Haotian hammer were resonating almost all the time. When the time comes when this martial soul fusion skill is activated, she will be the most sassy queen. And Tang Lan also taught her the immortal seal technique and the dragon capturing hand. She has good talent. In just one morning, I understood half of it. You will definitely be able to master it after a month. By the time, who is afraid of whom? I'll go to Tang Lan to practice double cultivation again tonight and ask for advice on my cultivation experience. Zhu Zhuqing thought, seeing that everyone was full of fighting spirit. Tang Lan nodded. He took out the soul bone and wanted this effect, let everyone compete, and even think that Tang San has a good chance, but in the end that it must be for Zhu Zhuqing. Use this to brush up system rewards. Tang Lan agreed. Then after 2 days of rest. No. Zhu Zhuqing refused. I can start practicing tomorrow. This is where it starts to roll up. I'm also giving up my vacation and starting training tomorrow. Dai Mubai followed closely. Let Oscar watch the movie with his eyes wide open. Boss Dai. It's not like I agreed to go. Dai Mubai cast an apologetic look. Fight for the possible soul bone. Oscar curled his lips and didn't refute. After all, soul bones are rare, let alone 10,000-year-old soul bones. Tang San also wanted to express his stance immediately, but Tang Lan pressed him down. I will go to the Qibao glazed sect with me tomorrow to talk about the assembly line and foundry. Tang San was a little unhappy. Then isn't his progress falling behind? But I also know that this is a big deal, so I can only accept it calmly. This made Zhu Zhuqing's mouth curl up slightly. Are you helping yourself? Think again. Tang San's main methods were the hidden weapons he hid and the firearms given by Tang Lan, but these external objects cannot be used in official soul master competitions, and it's just an exchange match. There's no need to use such a killer weapon, just the white, yellow and purple blue silver grass. In other words, Zhu Zhuqing was only a second-level Great Soul Master, and his soul skills were one less than Tang San's, but Tang Lan's level is high. As long as he uses Tang Lan's martial soul fusion skill, won't he be killed in seconds? As for Dai Mubai, same as Tang San, but if you want to be as strong as Zhu Zhuqing, will you place your hopes on others? Compared to relying on men, she hopes to get this soul bone with her own strength. For this outdoor physical training, I have been using Lingbo Weibo to practice, and it was upgraded to level 29 a month ago. Working hard in the last month, I hope to reach level 30 and get the soul ring. Tang San and Dai Mubai's third spirit rings are only about 2,000 years old. And I have whale gum to add 1,200 years, and Tang Lan can extend some of the years. If I can master the seal of immortality, 3,500 years is not a bad idea. That's a huge advantage. Zhu Zhuqing couldn't wait and went directly to Xiao Wuji. Hall Master Xiao, are you free now? The implication is obvious, we need to start practicing more immediately. Xiao Wuji deliberately refused, and he had a lot of things to do next. As a result, Dai Mubai also came over. Hall Master Xiao, if you work hard during this period, I'll treat you to a drink when the time comes. Dai Mubai promised, you can choose any of the Tiando city taverns. Xiao Wuji laughed bitterly. Knowing that he couldn't refuse, he nodded in agreement. Tang San immediately said, Hall Master Xiao, my brother and I will go to the 7 treasure glazed tile Sect tomorrow, and I will train with you when we come back. Come on, come on, come on. Xiao Wuji broke the pot and said, the worst I can do is use my soul skills while handling things. When Tang Lan heard this, he immediately laughed and cursed. Old Xiao, please stop criticizing Sang and Huai. When the time comes, I will talk to my brother and send a knowledgeable person to assist you. Xiao Wuji chuckled, scratching his head and pretending to be stupid. I don't mean that, but if you are willing to be considerate to your subordinates, Sect Master, it is naturally the best, hee. Tang Lan was also amused and did not continue the topic. He waved his hands for everyone to disperse, train when you need to train, rest when you need to rest. Chapter 72 Domain Evolution. Mutation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tang Lan was ready to expose this matter. Tang San was furious. He gave up his training time and came to Qibao Glazed Sect. Is this the result? Brother, he is not angry. It must be due to his status as the sect leader that he cannot show his face, he can only do it for him. He immediately said angrily. Too deceiving. My brother and I came all the way, and this is how your Qibao Glazed Sect treated us. This has to be done. Tang San hasn't finished speaking yet. Tang Lan summoned the Life Soul Blue Silver Emperor and covered his mouth. He cast an apologetic look at Ningfengji. The younger brother is competing for the soul bone recently. I brought him to the training today and fell behind. He feels a little resentful in his heart. Ningfengji didn't care, on the contrary, he is very interested in this competition for soul bones. I have never heard Rongrong mention it. Uncle Tang, what soul bones are there? Ning Rongrong asked curiously. I've only been away for a day, why do I have soul bones again? Tang Lan smiled and briefly summarized the matter of Tiger Eagle's left arm bone. Ning Fengji understood, it was him who misunderstood. This Tiger Eagle left arm bone was obviously not suitable for assisting a soul master and had nothing to do with Ning Rongrong. In that case, Rongrong, please pay more attention to the mistress when the time comes. Ning Fengji instructed. Tang San's eyes lit up. Yup. During team battles, the support will focus on taking care of you, and the plug-in Qibao Glazed Tower will definitely perform better. He looked at Ning Rongrong expectantly. Ning Rongrong thought of Zhu Zhuqing. I left for a day, that coquettish hoof must have succeeded in the night attack, right? If I help her get the soul bone and let her help me conquer Uncle Tang, this is reasonable, isn't it? I thought so in my heart. Ning Rongrong smiled and said, of course, I will handle it as appropriate based on the battle situation. Without making a clear statement, he was just practicing Tai Chi, but from what Tang San heard, that was if the war situation permits, I will take more care of you. The anger in my heart for being delayed in training dissipated in an instant, simultaneously, that I also had a glimmer of understanding. It turns out that my brother brought me here to find a cheat. He is indeed my brother. Tang Lan released the restraints at the right time. Then thank you Renxue. Tang San smiled broadly. If there is a suitable soul bone in the future, I will help you fight for it. Renxue smiled and said nothing. In his heart, he was disgusted by the contrast between Tang San's before and after. This person is so realistic. Boom. Bam. Ding ling dang song. The mountains in the distance lit up brightly, and there was a huge movement like thunder. Don't ask, those two must have started the fight. Landy laughed. Ning Fengji recalled, Uncle Jian and Uncle Gu have been fighting each other since they were children. They seem to be incompatible, but in fact they have a deep relationship. Yes. Ning Renxue nodded, both grandpas are very proud, and they are not the first to admit it. How interesting it is. Oh. Tang Lan asked, with your previous personality, you often provoke them to fight, right? Ning Renxue's smile faltered. It made Ning Fengji chuckle a few times. Finally someone could cure this little princess. Dad. Ning Renxue glared, didn't you say that you want to discuss the assembly line and supply it as soon as possible? Ning Fengji stopped smiling and looked at Tang Lan with smiling eyes. Tang Lan directly launched Tang San. The third son is solely responsible for the bullet assembly line. Let's talk about it, brother. Full power. Ning Fengji was a little surprised. This is no small matter. Why don't you catch it yourself? Yes, full authority. Tang Lan emphasized again, young master, I can trust you. Hearing this, Tang San smiled, my brother is my brother. In this case, Lan Di why not go to Lanyin Park with Renxue? Ning Fengji suggested. Before Tang Lan could express his position, Ning Renxue had already pulled up Tang Lan's sleeves and ran away. Great. It's the most annoying thing to talk about. Let's go play. Can't. Tang Lan could only give Tang San a look of cheering him up. Two lives are human beings. Although Tang San was a bit pedantic and selfish, he was still very trustworthy when it came to his own interests. He can't suffer any loss. He left with Ning Renxue relieved. Walking around the Qibao glazed sect, you will see blue-silver grass growing everywhere you look. The disciples passing by along the way bowed respectfully. Hello, Master Ning. Hello, sect leader Tang. Along the way, they all recognized Tang Lan. And so humble. I didn't expect it. Ning Renxue explained, before you came, my father informed you, for fear that what happened last time would happen again. Thinking of Shrek Academy, the arrogance of those 7 treasures glazed tile sect disciples, Tang Lan also smiled. I hope it's not just superficial. If this trend doesn't change, be careful of me replacing you. Face this ridicule. As the young master of the 7 treasures glazed sect, Ning Renxue also nodded in agreement. After I came back to investigate, I found out that there are many people doing bad things outside based on the name of the Qibao glazed sect. He has made many enemies for the sect. I never thought those people would be so bold. Ning Renxue gritted her teeth angrily. She was just too proud to be pampered, and her heart was not really bad. During the conversation, the two entered a manor, which was also full of blue-silver grass, which was much stronger than outside. The years are all over 1,000 years. The 7 treasures glazed sect and the Tiando Empire are purchasing blue-silver grass from all over the continent. Ning Renxue explained, starting from the 10-year-old blue-silver grass, the price will be increased by 1,000 gold soul coins for every 100 years. Every additional 1,000 years, the price will be increased by gold soul coins. Just spit out a rich guy. She didn't say the price of the 10,000 years blue-silver grass, because Tang Lan had marked the location of the 57 10,000 years blue-silver grass. Tang Lan didn't answer her. Now, in the spiritual world, he heard the cheers of his people. OM. OM. .9 rays of light lit up from a distance and reached into the sky. The 1,000-year-old blue and silver grass around them was woven into a carpet and moved by itself to send Tang Lan and Ning Rongrong to a distant place. Simultaneously, there will also be Xingdian's spiritual power integrated into Tang Lan's body, strengthen Tang Lan's soul strength. This is an insignificant gift of gratitude as a subject to the emperor who protects them, but when you gather less, you become more. Tang Lan's soul continues to grow at a perceptible speed. The blue-silver domain spontaneously unfolded, which in turn stimulated these 1,000-year-old blue-silver grasses to briefly evolve into blue-silver emperors. As they become stronger, they feed back more power and integrate into the blue-silver field. When Tang Lan came to the center of the park, his blue-silver domain has also evolved again, with the special effect of range entanglement. That's right, you don't need any seeds, you can directly summon the life-soul blue-silver emperor to entangle the enemy in the blue-silver field. If paired with 3 soul skills, life burial.it can directly make the entire blue-silver field become a restricted area for life. Tang Lan opened his eyes happily. The source of the 9 beams of light just now was exactly. Chapter 73, Tang San comes to seize the opportunity. Ultimate attributes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source of the 9 light beams just now were 9 thick blue-silver kings. The light converged and formed 9 old figures. They all knelt down to Tang Lan. See my emperor. Ning Rongrong's eyes widened. This blue-silver king can still transform. Unbelievable. Get up. Tang Lan said. Although the 9 people stood up as instructed, they all bowed respectfully. Headed by .it was the old man blue-silver king who had awakened for Tang Lan. Oh. Are you awake from your deep sleep? Tang Lan smiled and said, last time I went home to see you, there was no movement. The old man blue-silver king raised his hand to salute. After the emperor's friend transplanted the subordinate here, he poured various herbal essences day and night, and with the help of other blue-silver kings, he recovered faster. 98115534. Tang Lan nodded with satisfaction. Ning Fengji did an impeccable job in this matter. This is also the reason why he agreed to place the blue-silver kings in the Qibao glazed sect. After all, the Tang sect was just established, and its foundation was far less rich than the Qibao glazed sect. Let the Qibao glazed sect take care of it first. If we find another opportunity in the future, we can just transplant it. Emperor. The old man blue-silver king said softly, all 9 of us are born and raised by the earth, and we have no names. Can you please give us a name from the emperor? Give me a name. In Douluo continent, only respected elders are qualified to bestow names. Tang Lan thought for a moment. I didn't bother to name them one by one, so I just used Jiugong. You will call them Qian Palace, Kan Palace, Zhen Palace, Zhen Palace, Zhong Palace, Sun Palace, Li Palace, Kun Palace, and Dui Palace in order. The elder blue-silver king, also known as Qian Gong, took the lead in kneeling down to thank him. Thank you, the emperor, for giving me your name. As the emperor, I will offer you a gift of thanks. That the words fell, the 9 blue-silver kings lit up again, causing the blue and silver grass gates in the entire park to bloom with a brilliance that overshadowed the bright sun. Ning Rongrong was pushed out of the park. Only Tang Lan was in the endless light, and the Wuhuan Life Soul Blue-Silver Emperor spontaneously appeared, swallowing 99% of the energy. The remaining 10% was still as vast as the ocean, pouring into Tang Lan's body and modifying his muscles and bones. The soul power level increases slowly. Outside Blue-Silver Park, Chen Xian and Gu Rong both gave up fighting and rushed over immediately. First, he checked Ning Rongrong to make sure there was nothing wrong. He was the one who was confused, squinting at the park shrouded in light. Rongrong, please tell me specifically what happened. Ning Rongrong was also a little confused. Subconsciously, briefly describe what you just saw and heard. Chen Xian and Gu Rong looked at each other and both had guesses. They know, Tang Lan and Tang San are not pure people. It is the descendant of title Douluo Tang Hao and his 100,000-year-old soul beast. Now it seems, Tang Lan inherited his mother's status as Blue-Silver Emperor and was recognized by the Blue-Silver Grass clan. What a good thing. Gu Rong said with a stiff smile, this little guy is going to be even more perverted again. Don't laugh, it's too ugly. Renxue said. Hey! You coward, didn't I hurt you just now? Gu Rong said angrily. Obviously I chopped you to pieces. Renxue showed no sign of weakness. Let's go. Go back and continue fighting. Who is afraid of whom? Let's go. Then, the two old naughty boys left again. Ning Rongrong also breathed a sigh of relief, since Grandpa Bones said it was a good thing. Don't worry, Ning Fengji and Tang San rushed over nervously. After listening to Ning Rongrong's explanation, everyone felt relieved. Ning Fengji said with emotion, Landy protects the blue-silver grass tribe, and it is only right that he gets this opportunity. Tang San's expression was complicated. On the one hand, as my brother becomes stronger, his backer will become stronger in the future, this is a good thing, but as twin martial souls, why did Tang Lan have so many strange encounters? But Tang San is unwilling to give in. He tried to summon the martial spirit and held the blue-silver grass to enter the park. He really got in. The blue-silver energy diverted a little and surged into Tang San's body. Tang Lan, who was launched into the blue-silver domain, discovered it immediately. Good guy. Are you even trying to steal your brother's chance? A thought. The Millennium blue-silver grass at the door was directly entangled by Tang San, packed up and thrown out of the park. Make Tang San angry. He can feel that those energies are of great benefit to him. He immediately held the blue-silver grass martial spirit and wanted to break into the park again. Duongda was bounced away, can't get in. Tang San's face was a little distorted. If you can't get it in the first place, that's fine, but after he absorbed a little bit, he knew it was good stuff, just kicked him out. This is not appetizing, just for fun. At the same time, Tang Lan also received an unexpected reward. The host makes Tang San lose the baptism of blue-silver energy, cutting off the possibility of finally awakening the blue-silver emperor, and robbing Tang San of a moderate amount of luck. Reward, ultimate attribute, soul. The so-called ultimate attributes only appeared in the subsequent peerless Tang sect. It's called the ultimate martial spirit, as the name suggests. It is a martial spirit with ultimate attributes. This ultimate soul attribute rewarded by the system makes the life soul blue-silver emperor superior to all soul attribute martial spirits and soul beasts. Can suppress, and even be immune to soul attribute damage, and one's own soul attributes will be additionally strengthened. One goes down and the other goes down, not to mention those of the same level. Even super third-level soul abilities would be ineffective against Tang Lan. Don't think that because the soul attribute is scarce, its effect will be small. To know, mental power is a derivative of the soul. Therefore, Tang Lan's ultimate soul attributes are also effective for spiritual attributes. Nothing about the purple divine light, the other side of the dream, or the squeeze of the spirit could enter Tang Lan's eyes. Fortunately, I didn't let the mistress come in. This reward is too great. When doing a full set of performances, collect your energy first. Following Tang Lan's will, the endless light in the park gathered towards him, forming a cocoon of light similar to the one he had awakened from. It's just that the scale is much larger, with a diameter of hundreds of meters, and the bottom is still continuously sending energy to the light cocoon. It made Tang San greedy. Why did it suddenly form a cocoon of light? Ning Rongrong pointedly asked. It was absorbed smoothly just now. Was it stimulated by something? Tang San remained silent, stealing an opportunity from my brother. What he did was unkind. Ning Rongrong wanted to continue taunting, but was interrupted by Ning Fengji. After all, it's brother Tang Lan, so you can't offend him. Mistress, let's continue discussing the details. Ning Fengji gave the steps. Tang San nodded silently. Finally, he looked at Cocoon from a distance, turned around and left. 1 minute later, a large number of Qibao glazed pagoda disciples, several kilometers apart, surrounded the entire blue-silver park, promised that no one will be allowed to go in and disturb Tang Lan. Tang Lan absorbed it with peace of mind. The majestic energy this time is much more exaggerated than the blue-silver King Qiangong. And most of the energy was used to transform Tang Lan's body. Don't be too hasty. After 25 full days, Tang Lan finally absorbed most of the energy, and his body, level, and soul had reached their limits. See you later. Chapter 74. Get the ultimate attributes again. Bug's 5th soul skill. Add. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Tang Lan was full, the remaining energy gathered at his feet and began to condense soul rings. Another 2 days passed, a dark black soul ring was placed on the 5th soul ring. Tang Lan then opened his eyes. The 9-week Qiangdong people knelt down and bowed to Tang Lan, unable to hold on any longer. It dissipated. Tang Lan's body has been transformed again. The age of the 5th soul ring is a bit high, and he almost sucked them dry. I guess I'll have to sleep for a while, but Ning Fengji obviously won't just watch, and will definitely use Krypton Gold skills. The problem is not big. Tang Lan activated the Flying Soul Bone skill and stood in the air, carefully comprehending the gains of these days. The first is level 51. Upgraded to level 4, saving half a year of hard work. Don't think this is missing. Tang San's promotion from level 43 to level 59 took 5 years. This was still amazingly fast. On average, it only improves by 1 levels per year. After the body was greatly strengthened, the life of the soul ring increased to 50,100 years. Improved by about 15,000 years, the strength of the soul rings is comparable to that of the 7-ring soul saint, and there are 5 soul rings, both of which are 50,000 years old. The 5th soul skill is Heart of Life Soul. Actively condense soul power, internal power, mental power, vitality and other energy in the heart. Once needed, it can be extracted at any time. This time the battery life has been directly doubled several times, and combined with Xiao Yan's soul bone skill reset, the difficulty level has been increased by several levels. Tang Lan is already confident. The ordinary 7-ringed soul saint is here, and he can confront him head-on without opening his martial soul avatar, if the opponents attack. Power is not strong enough. He will not be able to break free from the constraints of the Life Soul Blue Silver Emperor. Then just wait to die. Activate the martial soul's true form. Tang Lan can use his soul bones to kill his opponent. But as a 50,000-year-old soul ring, how could it have just this effect? After the soul of life is fully condensed, it can be combined with the 4th soul skill, Soul Seed Puppet, to be buried in the souls of others, but it's not to supplement their status, but as a spare body. Once Tang Lan's body is completely dead, this Heart of Life soul will be activated and the host will be replaced immediately. That's right. Resurrection again. It's not a fixed point, in situ resurrection, but a remote resurrection. As long as Tang Lan buries a few more life soul hearts, is there anyone in the world who can kill him? Simply outrageous. Even the effect of this bug has long exceeded the limit of a 50,000-year soul ring. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a 100,000-year soul ring. Why is this? Don't forget, the blue-silver energy that Tang Lan absorbed was only 0.10%, 99% of the blue-silver energy was absorbed by the Life Soul Blue-Silver Emperor. It has only one effect, giving the Life Soul Blue-Silver Emperor the ultimate attribute, life. The effect is the same as the ultimate soul attribute. It is also the enhancement of the ultimate life attribute that makes the 5th soul skill, Heart of Life Soul, have such a buggy effect. TSK. It's a pity that if you use the Life Soul Heart to resurrect, your soul bones and storage ring will explode. Otherwise it would be perfect. Tang Lan got the advantage and behaved well. Right now, Tang Lanning said unceremoniously, non-title Douluo could no longer kill him. Why don't you find a contra and have a fight? Thinking about it, Ning Fengji and his men quickly came over. When Ning Rongrong saw Tang Lan from a distance, she screamed, covered her face, turned around, and stood there. Tang Lan looked down. The huge capital is swinging in the air. It's smooth and smooth. Okay. Clothes and weights were all disintegrated. Fortunately, as a soul guide, Blue King is still very strong. He took out a robe, put it on, and descended from the sky. Several people came to meet Ning Fengji. Brother Lan, congratulations on improving your strength again. Ning Fengji congratulated. It's okay. I just upgraded to level 51 and got another soul ring. Tang Lan said modestly. Even if many benefits are hidden, Ning Fengji is still a little surprised. Can the soul ring be obtained in this way? But if you think about Tang Lan's identity, you will understand. The transformed 100,000-year soul beast condenses its own soul ring. Ning Rongrong, who was chasing after him, heard this and became interested. "Uncle Tang, how many years does the soul ring last?" Tang Lan glanced at the scene. Ning Fengji, Chen Xian, Gu Rong, Ning Rongrong, they are all considered their own, there is no hiding or tucking. About 50,000 years. Even the well-informed Ning Fengji, Chen Xian, and Gu Rong all had their eyelids twitching. Ning Rongrong also covered her mouth, shocked. 50,000-year soul ring? Isn't that the number of years that the 7th ringed soul saint can bear? That's still the 7th soul ring. Is this your 5th soul ring? Leaving a big spectrum. But thinking about the huge movement before, it all makes sense. Congratulations Brother Lan, the champion of this Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy elite competition is none other than the Tang Sect. Ning Fengji said sincerely. Then let me borrow my brother's good advice. Tang Lan said with a smile, Rongrong will be here when the time comes, and the Qibao glazed sect can also be named. It's easy to talk about. A few pleasantries were exchanged. Chen Xian said, Dugu Bo will return to Tiando City in 3 days. I invite him out. Brother Lan made a date with Poison Douluo. Ning Fengji said in surprise, that man is withdrawn and arrogant by nature. He is not easy to get along with. He needs to be his brother. Tang Lan waved his hand and refused. Poison Douluo and I have business to discuss, so there won't be any problems. Ning Fengji was still worried. Don't worry Fengji, I will follow you that day. Chen Xian said. When Ning Fengji heard this, he thought of something. Brother Lan, in 3 days' time it will be the day when your Tang Clan Academy team will compete with the Tiando Royal Academy team. Poison Douluo's granddaughter Dugu Yan is in the team. Why don't we just invite Poison Douluo to the competition site? Then Uncle Gu and Uncle Jian and I will go to watch the competition, so we'll be safe and worry-free. Tang Lan was in a daze. It's only been a month. It feels like cultivating without time. Then, brother, please trouble Uncle Jian. Tang Lan nodded. I'm no problem. Chen Xian nodded. It's a small matter. Ning Fengji said with a smile, Qinghe has been asking about your situation half a month ago. Let me tell you to find him as soon as possible after you wake up. Ning Fengji took out a golden token and handed it over. This is Qinghe's personal token. With it, you can enter and leave the Tiando Palace at will. Tang Lan's eyes lit up. Have you got the Vast Sea Universe cover? No problem, I'll be there right away. Please, brother, please arrange for Garuda to take me back to the city. Ning Fengji shook his head. Brother Lan, you are making a lot of noise and attracting many interested people. I don't worry about you being alone. It just so happens that it's time for Rongrong to return to Tangmen Academy. Uncle Jian, please send Rongrong and Lan Di off for me. Chen Xian raised his hand. The 7 killing swords of Wuhuan turned into giant swords and stood horizontally in front of them. He himself jumped onto the sword first. He tilted his head to signal Tang Lan and Ning Rongrong to come up. Ning Rongrong jumped up directly. Brother and Uncle Bone, I will withdraw first. Tang Lan said goodbye. I have handed over the manufacturing method of the communication soul guide chip to Qian Gong and the others. After recovering, we can practice directly. Brother Lan, don't worry about your work. Ning Fengji nodded with a smile, watching the 7 killing sword rise and fly outside. Chen Xian's speed is not very fast. Tang Lan was a little anxious and wanted to get the Vast Sea Universe cover quickly. After all, that is the heart of Poseidon, the core of the super artifact trident, and the opening object of Poseidon's 9 tests. Snatch this away. Don't the rewards have to go to heaven? But Tang Lan was not easy to push. Just as he was thinking about how to remind him, his eyes suddenly froze. Understand Chen Xian's intention, I saw. Chapter 75 The Fusion Skill of Sword and Bone. Guidance to the Dusty Heart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Below the 7 killing sword that I saw a large number of Qibao glazed sect disciples, carrying large buckets with strong herbal fragrance, watering everywhere in Lanin Park. Come to think of it, this is what Chen Xian wants Tang Lan to see, Ning Rongrong in front of him explained. These are herbs that have been purchased for more than 100 years. They are used to stimulate the medicinal power and then refine them into medicinal liquids, which are most easily absorbed by the blue-silver grass. A drop of it can be used as a medicinal bath, and it will definitely make them recover quickly. Tang Lan nodded clearly, feeling quite emotional. What a big deal. It was a wise choice to let the Blue-Silver King stay in the Qibao Glazed sect in the early stage. Anyway, if Tang Lan comes, he will definitely not be able to do so well. Of course, Qibao Glazed Pagoda did this not out of love, but so that the Blue-Silver Kings could start production as soon as possible. It is estimated that those tens of thousands of years old blue-silver grass are of much better quality, so we can only hope that they will evolve into Blue-Silver Kings. It's also considered that everyone gets what he needs. Until I left Blue-Silver Park, the 7 killing sword suddenly accelerated and turned into a sword light that shot directly at Tiando City. Ning Rongrong couldn't stand firmly and fell into Tang Lan's arms. Tang Lan is also funny. With the relationship between Ning Rongrong and Chen Xian, he had taken advantage of the 7 killing sword countless times. Could such a low-level mistake still occur? Anyway, one of the two people must have done it on purpose, or both of them. Straightened Ning Rongrong. Without giving her a chance to speak, Tang Lan took the lead and asked. Uncle Jian, your 9-yang divine art should still be on the 2nd level, changing tendons and cleansing marrow, right? When Chen Xian mentioned this, his mood fluctuated. Xiao Lan, your soul power route is really magical. I have a hunch that after the EG marrow cleansing is completed, it will be at least 1 level higher. The upper limit can be increased further in the future. If other titled Douluo find out about this, they will definitely attack your Tang sect. How about it? Do you want me to help you find a titled Douluo who is stuck in the realm and go to Tangmen to take charge? Open. This worldly mind can be used, and the benefits are really there. Then I'll trouble Uncle Jian. Tang Lan reminded. However, the attributes of the 9-yang divine art are very strong and young, so it is not suitable for women to practice. If the attributes do not match, the effectiveness will be greatly reduced. Chen Xian naturally understands this. Rongrong told me about this. He said with some regret, it's a pity. I'll have to fight with that old man under pressure in the future. Okay. How could Tang Lan hear the smell of expectation? The relationship between these two people is really good. Although we cannot live together, we will die together in the future. Thinking of that scene, Tang Lan frowned a little. An idea strikes. I thought of some possibility. Uncle Jian, have you read the Tang Sect encyclopedia I wrote? Chen Xian shook his head. I have been given the title of Douluo. Most of the knowledge in it is useless to me. I have not read it carefully. This is normal. According to the Tang Sect encyclopedia, the greatest value to title Douluo is the 9-yang divine art, but there is the 1st level, and the earthly mind is the first 3 levels. Then Uncle Jian is back. You can read the chapter about the fusion of martial souls and different bodies. Tang Lan smiled and said. It was mentioned among them that the auxiliary gods, the god of cookery and the goddess of 9 colors, possess the god-level fusion skill Resurrection Divine Light because their relationship is close enough. Uncle Jian and Uncle Bone may seem incompatible, but you both know how important each other is. Maybe it's also possible to use martial soul fusion skills. When Uncle Jian heard this, his first reaction was impossible. Absolutely impossible. That old bone is worthy enough to have martial soul fusion skills with me. Joke. Tang Lan just smiled and didn't refute. Anyway, the suggestion was made. Whether he adopts it or not has nothing to do with him. Whether this martial soul fusion technique exists or not is not yet known. Ning Rongrong, on the other hand, was quite excited. Grandpa Jian. With the relationship between you and Grandpa Bones, there is definitely a chance. Chen Xian will immediately refute. Ning Rongrong held Chen Xian's arm and said coquettishly. Grandpa Jian, Rongrong hopes to see the soul fusion skills of the 2 grandpas. It must be awesome, right? Yeah. Definitely. The sarcastic words from Chen's heart reached his mouth, and he was speechless and could not say them out. His little princess has said this, how can he still be dissatisfied? Then, give it a try when you get back. Chen Xian reluctantly agreed. Okay. Ning Rongrong cheered, I'll call Grandpa Bones when I get back. Chen Xian, who had originally just planned to deal with it, sighed helplessly. Now we need to take it seriously, think about it carefully. Chen Xian still shook his head. The attributes of me and old Bones don't match. Rongrong, you'd better not have high expectations. Ning Rongrong didn't know how to answer, so she could only turn her head to look at Tang Lan. Uncle Tang, what do you think? That the little girl knows how to borrow strength. None of them are outsiders. Tang Lan directly revealed the attached soul bone, Ice Jade Scorpion Tail. Uncle Jian, my Ice Jade Scorpion Tail can condense the ultimate ice. The original soul bone skill was the freezing poison needle, which is very common. But the internal power of my 9-yang divine skill is the ultimate fire. When it collides with this ultimate ice, it will erupt with a powerful thrust and launch it, giving it super destructive power. Once it penetrates the target's body, it will also inject this riot energy and detonate inside its body. Form a brand new soul bone skill, Yanji Poison Needle. With such extreme powers of ice and fire, it is possible to develop such an attack method. Uncle Jian, you and Uncle Bone have different attributes, but they are not incompatible. How will you know if you don't try it? When the Dusty Heart heard the words, it seemed thoughtful. Since the two forces are incompatible, how about detonating them and using their destructive power? It's a good contrarian thinking. Compared to the Dusty Heart, Ning Rongrong's focus was entirely on the Ice Jade Scorpion Tail. Uncle Tang, this is what the Tang Sect encyclopedia says, a soul bone attached to the outside of the tail, right? Ong. Tang Lan nodded, the inventory at home is not suitable for my attributes, but I have the regeneration soul bone skill, so I will absorb it and see if it's a big deal before cutting it off. Casual explanation, but it made Ning Rongrong's eyes light up. Tang Lan devoted himself so much to research. Isn't it too attractive? Chen Xian also sighed with emotion. As expected of someone who can write the Tang Sect encyclopedia, this persistence is commendable. After I go back, I will also read this book carefully. Tang Lan didn't expect that either. A casual lie can still create a good character, simply put it to the end. Uncle Jian, high-aged herbs with yang attributes can speed up the body tempering. When the 9-yang divine art reaches the 3rd level, it will transform into the most powerful and yang internal power of the 9-yang divine art. At this time, the human body is like a furnace. Herbs with high age and yang attributes will be burned into pure medicinal power, which can be absorbed without any obstacles and quickly increase the level. But the premise is that the vintage must be high, with 5,000 years as the base and 10,000 years as the best quality. When Chen Xian heard this, he suddenly looked back. Won't this method of improvement shake the foundation? Tang Lan shook his head decisively. The so-called shaking of the foundation ultimately means that the human body cannot fully digest the herbal medicine, and the medicine residue blocks the meridians. When the internal energy of the 9-yang divine skill is strong enough to reach yang, the remaining medicinal residue will be burned cleanly, and naturally the meridians will not be blocked. Chen Xian nodded thoughtfully, his expression gradually became more exciting. Chapter 76 Fire Dance enters the Tang Sect. His temper is as violent as his figure. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is such a way to improve. If you hadn't reminded me, Xiao Lan, I would never have thought of it. I'll let Feng Ji buy more when I go back this time, and I'll also give you one, Xiao Lan. Ha ha ha. Chen Xian smiled happily, obviously he was thinking of happy things, such as beating up Gu Rong after a quick promotion. The 7 killing sword suddenly accelerated a lot, and the sword shot towards Tiando City. Only 10 minutes, just kill them at the gate of Tiando City. Tiando City is special. Titled Douluo are not allowed to fly in directly. Rongrong and Xiaolan, you can go on your own. I'm going back first. See you in 3 days. Chen Xian greeted, soar into the sky and disappear into the sky. Can't wait very much. Tang Lan silently mourned for Gu Rong for half a second in his heart. Why did his attributes not match the 9 yang divine art? Grandpa Bones is going to be miserable. Ning Rong was delighted and said, "It's good to be like this, otherwise we will always be evenly matched and no one will be convinced by the other, and the martial soul fusion skill will be even more impossible." Tang Lan burst into laughter. If Gu Rong knew that her beloved little princess thought so, she would definitely be heartbroken. Ignore the curious glances around you. Tang Lan turned around and walked into the city gate, and Ning Rong immediately followed. "You go back to Tangmen Academy first." Tang Lan said casually, "I want to go to Qiando Palace." Let's go find Qian Renxue first and get the vast sea universe cover first." Ning Rong nodded and smiled without saying a word. Tang Lan didn't care, because this is the capital of the Qiando Empire. Tang Lan doesn't want to be too ostentatious. Take bus number 11 to get there. "But we can't go far." He was stopped by a wall of people. There were densely packed people in front of him, and each of them had the aura of soul power on his body. Are they all soul masters? Even in the capital, this isn't right, right? Ning Rong, on the other hand, was not surprised at all. In doubt, the crowd began to move forward, so fast that a large area was cleared in the blink of an eye. Tang Lan's instinct of eating melons made him follow. Qian Renxue has been waiting for a month, and now is the time. Walk quickly for a while. That I saw guards in armor lined up on the roadside. Each of them had electric eyes, and you could tell they were elites. Tang Lan suddenly had a guess. Shouldn't this be further forward? As expected, Tang Lan saw acquaintances. Lu Erlong and Yu Xiaojiang. One of the two maintained order and the other checked the information. The crowd was quickly divided into two categories: academy students and outer disciples. As for the inner disciples, they have to wait for Tang Lan to nod. "Next batch." Lu Erlong shouted. The person in front of Tang Lan immediately stepped forward, making him stand out while he was still there. "You can't interview your own sect, right?" Just about to turn around and leave, there was a bad-tempered person in the back, and he just started to spray. "Hey! You're such a big man, why are you so annoying?" The voice calling was a female voice, and she sounded young. Tang Lan followed the sound. "It looks familiar, with short fiery red hair, a fair face, and delicate facial features. She is a dashing little beauty. It's this temper that is as fiery as his figure." "What are you looking at?" She glared. "Either go up or get out. What are you doing standing here?" The movement here attracted the attention of the Imperial Guards. A small team came quickly. "What are you doing? Don't hinder the team. Everyone, come aside." Tang Lan. Ning Rong watched the show with a smile and did not intend to speak at all. "It was very interesting to be scolded by the girl who signed up at my door. Why did you let me go out? I had to squeeze in with great difficulty." The short-haired girl yelled angrily, "This man is standing in front of the queue. Why don't we just drive him away?" Crash. But it was the squad leader who suddenly knelt down. "I am guilty of failing to recognize sect leader Tang immediately." This is recognition of Tang Lan. Tang Lan waved his hand angrily and told the team to return to their posts. "No one has ever seen me, so it's good to be able to react." Then, relying on his height, he looked down at the short-haired girl. He already recognized who the other person was. Xiao Wu is a student of Blazing Fire Academy, one of the 5-element academies in the Qiando Empire, and the daughter of the Dean of Blazing Fire Academy, the soul of the future Blazing Academy team and the main control soul master. So, why did she come to the Tangmen registration office? Xiao Wu knew Tang Lan's identity and did not show any panic, but his attitude was slightly restrained. "Are you Tang Lan, the leader of the Tang clan?" Xiao Wu said bluntly, "I can join the Tang clan today, but I can't study in the Tang clan academy." "How about that?" Saying 3 yellow, and purple soul rings rose under her feet, and her soul power level was level 30, "Show off your talents." When Tang Lan heard this, "I understand that this little girl is here for the 9 sun magic skill, the 9 yang divine art, which is the most powerful and powerful, has a fatal attraction for fire attribute martial souls. It's okay if you don't know." But Tang Lan released the first level of 9 yang magic in the Tang Sect encyclopedia. If anyone practices a fire attribute martial spirit, it will spread in a very short time. Isn't Xiao Wu thinking too good? "I want the skills, but I don't want to leave Blazing Fire Academy." Do you want both? Although the sect generally does not restrict admission to academies, Tang's Sect Academy is clearly aiming for the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition. As one of the 5 element academies of the Tiando Empire, Blazing Fire Academy will be its opponent in the future. Isn't this just taking Tang Lan as the enemy? Don't refuse in a hurry, Huo Wu said loudly. I have an innate ability called ring fusion. You can concentrate the maximum output of each soul ring on one soul ring to release soul skills that exceed the limit. Generally, high-level martial arts spirits can master this innate ability. I can teach you how to master it. How? Fortunately, this Huo Wu is not too stupid, he is well prepared, unfortunately. Ahem. Ning Rongrong raised her little hand. Sorry, I know this ring-melting talent skill. Uncle Tang wants to learn it, so I'll teach you. Huo Wu's face changed on the spot. He looked at Ning Rongrong carefully, as if he wanted to remember her, but also as if he recognized her. Humph. This lady has taken note of this. Sooner or later I'll pay it back. Say a harsh word. Huo Wu simply shook his head and left without any hesitation. It made Tang Lan smile. This fire dance is extremely talented. Like Ning Rongrong, he has lived among the stars since he was a child. He has a proud and somewhat arrogant personality, has a short temper, is irritable, and is aggressive and domineering. Do you really think that after making such a fuss in Tangman, you can leave safely? Someone. Stop her. Crash. Always pay attention to the Imperial Guards here, swarming up and surrounding Huo Wu. Let Huo Wu be a little confused. What does it mean? She directly activated her martial spirit, which was a shadow of herself. The 3 soul rings lit up again, with full momentum. It puts great pressure on the Imperial Guards who are ordinary people. But no one took a step back. Huo Wu also didn't dare to take action. She was just a bit ruthless, but not a fool. This is the Imperial Guard of Tiando City. Take action against them, regardless of whether it was justified or not. Things got big in the end. Huo Wu glared at Tang Lan. The master of a sect will let some ordinary people stand in front. Tang Lan was also helpless. He glanced at Ning Rongrong who was covering her mouth and snickering, and said angrily. Don't you think she looks a lot like you before? Ning Rongrong heard this and said. Chapter 77, Things didn't go well, but you still want benefits? Additional update 40. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ning Rongrong generously acknowledged Tang Lan's ridicule. Yes. Look at it this way, I used to hate it. Fortunately, I met you, Uncle Tang. Otherwise, we don't know who we might offend. Saying, Ning Rongrong leaned closer to Tang Lan, really not missing any opportunity. Tang Lan rolled his eyes. The Life Soul Blue Silver Emperor was summoned from behind, and 5 yellow, purple, and black soul rings appeared under his feet. The level 51 soul power directly suppressed Huo Wu. Lu Erlong and Yu Xiaojiang, who were about to come over when they heard the noise, stood stunned on the spot. Good guy. We haven't seen each other for a month, and we've already skipped level 4. Huo Wu obviously didn't expect that this boy who was younger than himself could have such an exaggerated level. The talent that I am proud of appears in front of me, but her pride did not allow her to show weakness. He forced himself to say, what do you want? If you do something wrong, you have to pay the price. Tang Lan said casually, what should I do if the trouble affects the order of registration? The squad leader just now smartly took half a step forward. My lord, according to the laws of Tiando, those who disrupt the order of public activities will be detained from 3 days to 3 years depending on the severity of the case. Tang Lan cast an admiring glance. He had a sharp eye. Then lock him up for 3 days as a warning to others. Tang Lan waved his hand. It was already considered a lenient treatment, but Huo Wu has been spoiled since he was a child. How could he ever be so angry? How dare you? Huo Wu scolded angrily. My father is the Dean of Blazing Fire Academy. He is the Marquis of the Tiando Empire. Who among you dares to take action? Ning Rongrong couldn't help but shake her head. Her father is still the head of the Qibao Glazed Sect. Tang Lan still used the Russian turntable, which scared her so much that she cried. Tang Lan was also very happy. He couldn't help but said, you guys, can you fight with me? Tell me, what can you do? Huo Wu opened his mouth but was speechless. What she is most confident about is naturally her talent, but in front of Tang Lan, she became angry and said, I'm just fighting for my father. If you can, why don't you move out of your father's house? Yu Xiaojiang behind him was speechless. My father is Haotian Douluo. Is your father a piece of shit? Even when the emperor of the Tiando Empire comes, he must be addressed as Haotian Crown. Tang Lan sighed. In the anime, Wu seems to be someone who dares to love and hate, but when reality comes into contact that I really want to beat her to death. At the gate of his sect, wildly provoking him, the sect leader, will this make you feel better? Do you still want the Tang sect's face? Just as he was about to use some tough tactics, the sound of neat horse hooves approached quickly. Renxue, disguised as Xinghe, took the lead in galloping, and the team spontaneously moved out of the way. Get off your horse. Some imperial guards came forward and softly told the reason. Renxue's eyes directly locked onto Huo Wu. He opened his mouth to block the shot. You said that the people under this prince cannot touch you. Huo Wu is not stupid. She knew not to contradict the prince, otherwise her father wouldn't be able to protect her, but she was unwilling to give in and just gave up. He just stood there and said nothing. Renxue was too lazy to talk nonsense to her, waved his hand. Take him down and let the people from Blazing Fire Academy come to Tangmen to redeem him. The term of detention was not mentioned. He was detained in Tiando prison, but he had to find the Tang sect to redeem him. How can it be redeemed without blood? Huo Wu also realized this and opened his mouth to say something, but didn't know what to say. Clamor. The prince is here, and she is not stupid. Beg for mercy. I can't put my face down. The imperial guards didn't care about her, they just set her up with a spear and escorted her away. Neither Renxue nor Tang Lan looked at her. Xinghe came so quickly. I planned to go directly to the palace to find you. Tang Lan said unhappily. Who knew we would encounter such a thing? Renxue smiled in an approachable manner. It's the same when Xinghe comes over. Can we go inside and talk in detail? Of course, please. Renxue and Tang Lan walked side by side. Yu Xiaojiang consciously led the way, leaving Lu Erlong to preside over the scene. Ning Rongrong was too sensible to follow and stepped forward to help Lu Erlong. On the way, Yu Xiaojiang explained the changes in this month to Tang Lan in detail. In front is Tangmen Academy, and the students' uniform styles have not changed, but when we get to the second half, it's the territory within the Tangmen sect. The newly recruited outer sect disciples are all wearing Tang sect style windbreaker style clothing. No need to ask, Tang San designed it. Tang Lan doesn't care about this. It could even give Tang San a greater sense of belonging to the Tang sect and squeeze his labor force. After passing the outer gate, you will find the core of the sect. Zhu Zhuqing and others from the inner sect practiced here. In addition, the surrounding 10 kilometers of land have been acquired by Tangmen. Part of it was transformed into various assembly lines, warehouses, dormitories, etc. Most of the space is temporarily reserved for future expansion. Open. Tang Lan nodded, quite satisfied with the current development, including the original Lanba Academy. The Tang sect covers an area of about 30 kilometers in diameter. Directly occupying a corner of Tiando City, the Tang Gate is at the south gate, less than 100 kilometers away from the Tiando Palace in the center of the city. If it were any other sect, the Tiando royal family would not be able to agree, but Tangmen can, because in the eyes of the Tiando royal family, the Tang sect was their arsenal. Of course, watching it under the nose is the most reassuring. As for the future, Tang sect is still a new sect, who knows what will happen in the future. Soon, Yu Xiaojiang took Tang Lan and Renxue to a building. Sect Master, this is your palace. On the outside is the residence of the Hall Master, and a generation of disciples are also nearby. If anything happens, you can call us at any time. My subordinates will leave first. Seeing Yu Xiaojiang respectfully close the door, Tang Lan had some doubts in his eyes. This guy, why do you behave like that? In compliance with the rules. Have you really changed your mind? Still is. Xiao Yan. Renxue congratulated. Xinghe heard from Uncle Ning that the 12-year-old 5-ring Soul King is unprecedented. Tang Lan smiled modestly. It's just chance, not talent. Luck is one of people's strengths. Renxue said with emotion, this is fate, and we don't have a choice. Remember her mother? But Renxue was just dazed for a moment, and then came back to her senses. As an undercover agent, you have to be vigilant at all times. Qinghe has also heard about this exchange competition between the two academies. Renxue frowned and said. The vast sea universe cover soul guidance device, Qinghe couldn't get it directly. But I also persuaded my father to use it as one of the rewards for the winner of this exchange competition. Furthermore, the team that wins the championship this time will get a spot in the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Tournament and be promoted to the finals. Tang Lan blinked, guaranteed quota. This is usual, those are the privileges only available to the main team of Tiando Royal Academy. He actually used it as a lucky prize for an exchange competition between the two academies. This is what Qinghe specifically mentioned. Renxue said with a smile, after all, I originally promised to give it to you directly, but I still have to go through such twists and turns. Got it, I'll just add something if things haven't been done properly, there's nothing we can do about it. Originally, Tang Lan was thinking that he would not bully the small ones in this team exchange match, now we can only go up and suppress the formation. Thinking like this, Tang Lan said politely, Qinghe is joking, it's enough to have a chance. That being said, not a word was mentioned about the 9 Sun magic skills and the exclusive authorization for firearms trading that were originally promised. Nothing has been done yet, why do you still want benefits? The smile on Renxue's face froze a little. Didn't she give compensation? For a time, something is wrong with the atmosphere. Chapter 78 Get another soul bone. Trick Renxue. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nothing has been done yet, why do you still want benefits? Tang Lan meditated in silence. Renxue waited and waited before Tang Lan spoke. It's also an understanding, I couldn't help but feel a little angry. She had been busy running back and forth for a long time for this vast universe. It was only after Emperor Shui agreed to use it as the prize for this exchange competition. He also took out all the recommended places that originally belonged to Tiando Royal Academy. Have you expressed this? Although there is anger in my heart, but Renxue has been lurking for many years, so she still has some patience. Just wait another 3 days or so, get up and say goodbye. Xiao Yan, you just came back. You must be busy with a lot of things. Then Qinghe will leave first. Tang Lan stood up and walked out together. I'll give it to you. Renxue did not refuse, chatting casually. I heard that in this exchange competition, Xiao Lanyu also gave out a 10,000-year soul bone as an internal reward. Who leaked the news among those few people at that time? Tang Lan asked strangely, it's just a 10,000-year-old soul bone. If you want Qinghe, I'll give it to you. He actually took out the tiger eagle left arm bone and handed it to Renxue. Can Renxue pick it up? I also have a complete set of angel soul bones at home. If the left arm bone is absorbed, it will be destroyed on the spot. As for giving it to others, neither Qinghe nor Renxue could do this. Tang Lan was also sure of this, so he gave it away simply. Renxue's expression softened slightly, push back the left arm bone of tiger eagle. Xiao Lan was joking. Although soul bones are precious, you can't be made to break your promise, right? It just so happens that I harvested a piece of soul bone some time ago. It will also be used as a bonus this time. Xiao Yan, you can reward it on my behalf. Renxue flashed the storage ring on her hand, took out a cyan right leg bone, and handed it to Tang Lan. This is a 6,000-year-old Philian silver fox right leg bone. Qinghe won't show off the details of the spirit beast. Tang Lan was quite surprised. He just teased Renxue. Why did he bring back a gift? Then I would like to thank Qinghe on behalf of the disciples. Tang Lan said with a smile, Qinghe is so generous, I can't be stingy. Tang Lan took Philian silver fox's right leg bone, condensed a spiritual light ball in his hand, and floated it in front of Renxue. Renxue hesitated cautiously, he was stalling for time. Is this using mental power to carry information and transmit it directly to the brain? Even titled Douluo may not be able to do it. Xiao Lan, you really surprise me more and more. It's just a small skill, it can't be put on the stage. Tang Lan said modestly, simultaneously, that he felt a slight fluctuation in mental power. The source is the guards who followed Renxue, not surprisingly, it should be one of the title Douluo who protects her, testing whether the spiritual light ball is harmful. Tang Lan was not worried, he wouldn't be stupid enough to do something so obvious. Wouldn't this be a direct act of jumping into a wolf? Renxue confirmed that there was no problem and absorbed the spiritual light ball with a smile. The first 3 levels of 9 yang magic are obtained. Taking advantage of Renxue's period of enlightenment, Tang Lan leaned over and put his hand on her back. He shouted, "Don't resist, I will take you to practice again." Renxue's hands trembled, resisting the urge to fight back. Instead, he hid most of his soul power. She is now the 6th ring soul emperor, which is not suitable for Xueqing's status. Simultaneously, she also asked the title Douluo who was guarding her not to act rashly. Tang Lan's internal force entered Renxue's body without making many movements. "Qinghe, you have mastered the first level of 9 sun magic skills. Good. I will guide you to transfer to the second level and temper your body. The soul power follows me." Tang Lan patiently taught Renxue, acting like a good teacher and helpful friend, but secretly a soul seed with his spiritual power, protected by the hot internal power of 9 yang divine art. Following Renxue's breathing, it entered the body. Renxue's focus at the moment was on the internal power of the 9 yang divine art. This Jiang internal energy is more pure and bright than her grandfather Douluo. If it were said that Grandpa's bright soul power was like the first day, it would be dazzling. Tang Lan's hot soul power was like the scorching sun, scorching and dazzling. It's simply not too suitable for her martial spirit. Even if the Angel Legion is allowed to practice this 9 yang divine art, their strength will be collectively improved by 1 level. These discoveries made Renxue extremely excited. He didn't notice at all that dirty things entered his body and hid in his soul. Tang Lan also smiled. With this soul seed present, Renxue has nothing to fear. Then it was discovered, the internal power of 9 yang divine skill and Renxue are very compatible. Because Xiao Wu transformed into a soul beast, she could ignore the restrictions on women and practice the 9 yang magic to replenish her yang energy. But you can only practice the first 2 levels, but Renxue can actually ignore it. Normally, the yang energy brought by the internal force of 9 yang divine skill will make the body stronger while exercising. Muscles are harder, stronger body, the Adam's apple is more prominent, the beard is thicker, but Renxue didn't. Those yang energy disappeared inexplicably. Tang Lan's conjectured that it should be her seraph martial spirit, which absorbed it and nourished herself. Tsk. Pity. I originally wanted to see what Renxue looked like with a beard. But now Renxue's soul power has turned into the internal power of 9 yang divine skill, paired with soul seeds. If he fights with Tang Lan in the future, he will devour his inner energy from a distance, and if you want to get rid of this internal force, you must either use more advanced exercises or practice them again. Renxue can't do both. You will never be able to stand up again. Also, how could she not pass such a good technique back to Wuhuan Palace? Don't say anything else. Since Renxue is so compatible, Douluo will definitely not be able to escape. There are also worship halls and elder halls, excluding those with incompatible attributes like Ghost Douluo, who could resist not switching training. After all, Tang Lan took back his hand and reminded specifically. "Qinghe, this second level will temper your body, wash your marrow from the I Ching, and improve your qualifications in all aspects. If it is stuck at a bottleneck, it will be broken through. You can use fire attribute herbs that are more than 10,000 years old to speed up this speed. After that, you can also absorb fire attribute herbs without any hindrance and upgrade your level, provided your mental strength keeps up." Renxue has stars in her eyes. Isn't this 9 yang divine art too outrageous? Universal. It must be popularized in Wuhuan Hall. Don't say anything else. This can be achieved by taking advantage of the situation. Those titled Douluo in the Ka realm, as long as their attributes are not mutually exclusive, they all have to practice. "Xiao Yan, you are really a great talent," Renxue said sincerely. I would like to trade half of the Tiando Empire for you to assist me, how about that? Tang Lan noticed, Renxue refers to herself as I here instead of the usual Qinghe, so he was using Renxue's identity to recruit him. If this wool is not plucked, how long will it last? Chapter 79 Zhu Zhuqing takes the initiative. 10,000 Your Soul Bone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If this wool is not harvested, how long will it last? Forget about half of the country. Tang Lan smiled and said. If His Highness can come up with other treasures that attract me. For example, externally attached soul bones, 100,000 Your Soul Bones, 100,000 Your Soul Rings, etc. It's not impossible to be effective. Tang Lan used Your Highness here, which was Xue Qinghe, the loyal crown prince of the Tiando Empire. After receiving the benefits, if you, Xue Qinghe, become Renxue in the future, then your prostitution will naturally be in vain, you may even have to avenge Xue Qinghe. But Renxue didn't hear the subtext. How could she know that Tang Lan had seen through her true identity? Really think about it seriously, Tang Lan possesses a firearms soul guide and shows such an evil talent. As long as it can be recovered, then you can suppress it for a lifetime and become the leader of Wuhuan Palace. What Hulaina, the golden generation, all stand aside, but, forget about the attached soul bone, that thing is a rare commodity. Renxue only knew about one piece, her own angel soul bone set. This definitely cannot be given to Tang Lan. 100,000 Year Soul Ring. It is written in the Tang Sect encyclopedia that there are two deep in the star forest, but alien species such as the Titan giant ape and the azure bull python would be enough to suffocate the spirit hall. After all, it is their territory. If the tidal Douluo goes too far, it will cause a beast wave. Perhaps, please ask Grandpa to take action. Can be determined. As for the last 100,000 Year Soul Bone, there really is a clue. She knew that the second enshrinement hall was dedicated to Golden Crocodile Douluo, and his ninth soul skill was 100,000 Year Soul Ring, but I have never heard that he has 100,000 Year Soul Bone. Maybe it wasn't absorbed. This is normal, leave it to future generations, use it to break boundaries, etc. It's all possible. You can reply and let Grandpa ask. I believe that after turning to Jiuyang magic, Grandpa will know the importance of Tang Lan. Think so, Renxue smiled. So, I'll find a way. If you find it, Xiao Yan, don't shirk it when the time comes. Tang Lan smiled even more sincerely. A man born between heaven and earth, how can he go back on his word and have no credibility? Once a word is spoken, it's hard to chase it back. Renxue savored these two sentences carefully, looking at Tang Lan. He felt dazed for a moment, but he quickly regained his composure. He was full of praise and said, as expected of a great talent who can write the Tang Sect encyclopedia, he speaks so well. Tang Lan said a few polite words. Renxue couldn't wait and left quickly, watched Renxue leave. The corner of Tang Lan's mouth was even harder to suppress than Barrett's. I really look forward to what kind of benefits Renxue can get. Hey! The requirements just raised were too high. 50,000 Year Soul Bones or something like that, a few more are fine. Anyway, you can use Tang San to get rewards. What a mistake. Find a way to mention it next time. Thinking about it, Tang Lan sent a message to Lan Yinchao, turn around and walk towards the inner training ground. Zhao Wuji, Zhu Zhuqing and others all trained here. Zhu Zhuqing seemed to realize something, and turned around to see Tang Lan from afar. It turned into an afterimage, flew over and fell into his arms. Tang Lan quickly hugged her, still thinking, after the iceberg melted, was it so enthusiastic? It's only been a month since we last met, that's all. Quick! Give it to me. Zhu Zhuqing said hurriedly, your 9-yang divine skill internal power. Tang Lan. Okay. After all, he paid by mistake, but seeing how anxious Zhu Zhuqing was, Tang Lan didn't hesitate. The majestic 9-yang divine skill internal energy surged into her body, stuffed her to the brim, like an octopus. Zhu Zhuqing hugged Tang Lan to increase the contact area. The body is greedily absorbing it, and the momentum is gradually increasing. This made Oscar and others who were originally snickering suddenly understand. Something is wrong. Zhu Zhuqing is going to. Gotcha. There was a vague sound of breaking. Zhu Zhuqing's level has broken through to level 30. In surprise, she kissed Tang Lan on the face. Mua. Tang Lan was shocked. Are you so proactive today? Oscar said exaggeratedly, we are still here, and now we are kissing. Brother, this is it. Tang San gave a thumbs up. Dai Mubai said nothing, with a smile on his lips and blessings in his eyes. He had already looked away, but... Damn it! Shut up! A green figure rushed forward and glared at Zhu Zhuqing. It was Meng Yiran. This was the candidate that Tang Lan nodded to at the beginning, so he didn't need to review it, and he would be an inner disciple, and at that time, Meng Yiran didn't even try to hide it. He just had a good impression of Tang Lan. When you come to Tangmen, you come to him. As a result, I saw this scene. Can she not be angry? Tang Lan suddenly realized, just talk about why Zhu Zhuqing is so enthusiastic all of a sudden. Breaking the border is only one of them, it is also about declaring sovereignty. Tang Lan took advantage of the situation and hugged Zhu Zhuqing's waist, facing everyone. I'm back. Tang Lan said with a smile, there will be an exchange competition in 3 days. Are you ready? Don't worry, Sect Master. Dai Mubai was full of confidence. I'm already looking forward to it. Oscar showed off his muscles. It would definitely be interesting if they knew that auxiliary soul masters can also face the enemy head-on. Brother. Win for sure. Everyone clapped their chests to show that they were pinching them. At this time, Ning Rongrong came from a distance. It was the man Lan Yin Chao had sent a message to. Tang Lan took out the right leg bone of Philian silver fox with one hand. Moment. All eyes are focused on the soul bone. Brother. Tang San said loudly, this is not Tiger Eagle's left arm bone. A new soul bone. Everyone looked at Tang Lan expectantly with bright eyes. That's right. Tang Lan smiled and said, this is the soul bone of Prince Xueqinghe, a private reward for you. It comes from the right leg bone of the 6,000-year-old spirit beast Philian silver fox, a small spirit beast known for its speed. The soul bone skill is most likely to be used for acceleration, escape, etc. It is suitable for all of you. Same rules, in this team competition, whoever performs well will get it. Good guy. Is this really another soul bone reward? The suzerain is awesome. Oscar cheered, if it weren't for you, how would the prince have paid attention to us? The suzerain is awesome. His left leg bone of the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake does not conflict with the right leg bone of the Philian silver fox, but can also compete. He couldn't compete for 10,000 years, even this 6,000 years is fine. Uncle Tang is so grand. Ning Rongrong's eyes also glowed, take out 2 soul bones in a row. Most people can't be so bold. Soul bones are rare. When ordinary people meet, it would be nice if they don't fight among themselves. How can there be any humility? Sect Master, I can't wait any longer. Dai Mubai was full of fighting spirit. As for the original Tiger Eagle left arm bone, he only had some hope of competing for it, but after all, the competitors are Tang Lan's woman and Tang Lan's brother. Very slim. This is possible only if we do something heroic to turn the tide, but now. With one more soul bone, his hopes are even greater. After all, as the sect leader, Tang Lan couldn't give good things to people close to him, right? The situation now is, Tang San and Zhu Zhuqing competed for the left arm bone of Tiger Eagle, others competed for the right leg bone of Philian silver fox. Compared to the excitement of the others, Tang San and Meng Yiran had completely different expressions. Tang San had some displeasure on his face. Brother, why do you have to compete for any good thing? Chapter 80 Give Zhuqing a massage. Depart for the sunset forest. Add. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tang San had some displeasure on his face. Brother, why do you have to compete for any good thing? It was so good before. Whatever he wants, I will give it to him directly. According to Tang San's idea, the left arm bone of the 10,000-year-old Tiger Eagle is used to compete, which is impressive enough. This 6,000-year-old Philian silver fox right leg bone should be given directly to him. As for Meng Yiran, who has just entered the inner gate, the whole person is confused. Soul Bone. It's just an ordinary exchange game. You get 2 yuan as a reward. Plus the soul bone of the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake. The outside world is so greedy for soul bones, what about your wholesale business? This is too much. Simultaneously, she was also crazy, wondering if she had a chance. Stop talking about her. Even Zhao Wuji, as the hall leader, was a little jealous at this moment. Damn it. Why can't he join the Tang Sect team? Tang Lan put away the right leg bone of Philian silver fox, and everyone gradually came back to their senses. There's a reason for raising the stakes. Tang Lan explained. In this exchange between the 2 academies, Emperor Shuya presented 2 prizes. The first one is the Soul Guide, the Vast Sea Universe cover. I was very interested in this, so I made a reservation first. Second, it's a guaranteed spot in the finals of the Classic. Originally, I didn't plan to participate in this exchange competition. But now I'll join in just in case. That when they heard that Tang Lan would join, everyone felt calm. This is someone who can compete with the 7th Ring Soul Sage and the 4th Ring Soul Sect. The Little Tiando Royal Academy team has a handle in hand. The only suspense is, whose family will the soul bone flower belong to? Brothers. Come on and practice. Oscar shouted. Xiao Ao, aren't you talking nonsense? Hall Master Zhao's gravity will be doubled. Dai Mubai is bound to win. Ning Rongrong was also involved in training. She didn't care much about the right leg bone of Philian silver fox. The Qibao glazed sect was as rich as any country, but ordinary soul bones could not lack her, but only gem-like soul bones are suitable for absorption by the 7 treasure glazed tile pagoda. Soul bones are rare and require a specific type. After many years of accumulation in the Qibao glazed sect, they managed to get a suitable one, for her father. Therefore, Ning Rongrong would not absorb it unless she had soul bones that exceeded her father's. Just wait. Tang Lan hugged Zhu Zhuqing and walked out. She is already level 30, so she must hunt for soul rings, until everyone is gone. Meng Yiran finally came to his senses, and the light in his eyes gradually lit up. Is she also a team member? Doesn't that mean, does she also have a chance to obtain a soul bone? To know, after taking whale gum, her 3rd soul ring is 2,700 years old. The chances are great. Meng Yiran couldn't care less about the target being robbed. Engage in hard training. This soul bone. I want a piece too. He hugged Zhu Zhuqing and walked to a deserted place. This little girl suddenly ducked out of Tang Lan's arms. There was a blush on his cold face, and he looked away with evasive eyes. What, now you know how shy you are? Tang Lan joked, you were very bold just now. Zhu Zhuqing remained silent. Take the catwalk and leave quickly. Tang Lan followed her with slight steps on the waves, then he took out his communication soul guide and dialed the number. After a few sounds. Brother Lan. Ning Fengji asked confused, this is separation. What is the need for me to ask my brother for help? After all, I had just left not long ago, so I wouldn't call him to reminisce about old times. Brother, lend me your golden-winged bird. Tang Lan said directly. Zhuqing just broke through level 30. I want to take her to the Sunset Forest to hunt for soul rings. Oh. 3 days is a bit tight. Ning Fengji thought, how about we let Uncle Jian go? The golden-winged bird does not have enough endurance, so it will waste time. Okay. Chen Xian can't take any time off anymore. It would definitely be the best if there was a title Douluo following him. As for being polite, non-existent. Now that the Tang sect and the Qibao glazed sect are deeply tied, it is the sweet period. Both parties are eager to have more interactions. Then I'll trouble Uncle Jian. Tang Lan said, I have recently been developing the 4th level of the 9 Yang divine art, and I just want to take this opportunity to discuss it with Uncle Jian. Ning Fengji on the other side was excited. When Chen Xian came back, he had already told him about the wonderful realm-breaking and enhancing effects of the 9 Yang divine art. Can development continue? Okay. Ning Fengji laughed and said, Brother Lan, please wait in Tangmen for a moment. Uncle Jian will come to find you later. Then I'll be waiting for you. Hang up the phone. The two of them also came to Zhu Zhuqing's dormitory. Zhu Zhuqing went in first without closing the door. When Tang Lan entered, I saw the white afterimage flashing past, and Zhu Zhuqing had changed into new clothes. The speed is so fast that it is worthy of being a ghost civet, but is Tang Lan happy? Zhuqing, Uncle Jian will come over later and take us to the sunset forest to hunt soul beasts. Tang Lan smiled and said. Let's take advantage of this time to take a bath and get a massage to relax. Zhu Zhuqing was shocked at first. Sword Douluo protector hunted soul beasts for her. What a great honor. Of course, this was to give Tang Lan some face. She was just taking advantage of it. Then the body stiffened. Bath? Massage? Without waiting for her reaction, Tang Lan was already pulling her towards the back of the dormitory. Renxue is very fast, so he must fight quickly. Fortunately, Zhu Zhuqing's attack speed was very fast. After a little healing of the internal power of the 9 yang divine skill, you can unleash all your power. Half an hour later, Tang Lan walked out of the dormitory refreshed. Renxue just fell from the sky. We meet again. Renxue said with a smile, the mood is very happy. I'm troubling Uncle Jian again. Tang Lan said politely. No need to bother, I came just in time. Renxue smiled with crescent moon eyes. That guy, Old Bones, heard about the wonders of the 9 yang divine art, and he was so anxious that he wanted to challenge me for a duel. Do you want to give Renxue a good beating before it improves significantly? Result, Renxue came over to take Tang Lan and the others to the sunset forest, and the Qibao glazed sect had to be guarded by a titled Douluo. The fight didn't end. Wait for Renxue to come back. It's time for the first batch of fire attribute herbs to arrive at the sect. As soon as the dust heart absorbs, the life of Gu Rong is so sad. No wonder Renxue is in such a good mood. Zhu Zhuqing also packed up her clothes and walked out of the room. Renxue glanced. It was immediately clear where his little princess had failed, but he can't control this. Waving his hand to summon the 7 killing sword, Renxue was the first to board it. Tang Lan followed closely, letting Zhu Zhuqing hold him behind him. Enjoy a back massage, that's great. But in the sage's time, Tang Lan didn't do anything more extraordinary. The perception of title Douluo is not a joke to you. After flying some distance, Renxue took out a book and handed it to Tang Lan. Fengji asked me to bring it for you to take a look at. Tang Lan took it and opened it to take a look. Fusion ring. It was the talent skill that Xiao Wu wanted to trade, a technique that only high-level martial arts can perform, saying that it seems that Xiao Wu is still imprisoned in Tiando prison. If she leaves, she will suffer, the prince spoke, unless her father begs Emperor Shui, do not. Emperor Shui will not let go. He won't even meet Xiao Wu's father. He is just the dean of Blazing Fire Academy and can be replaced at any time, but this is the only one in Tang clan. TSK. Let her reflect in prison. That competitive character must have a grudge against me. But it's not a big problem. A fire dance can't cause any trouble. Read on. In the final analysis, ring fusion is a kind of control of soul power. The principle is simple: inspire all the soul rings at once, and then concentrate all the soul power on one soul ring. Such an overloaded operation cannot be endured by ordinary martial arts spirits. Where can I find a van to participate in formula racing? It's hard to say. It's difficult. Personal qualifications, learning talent, martial soul quality, etc. There are strict restrictions, but for Tang Lan. Uncle Jian, this ring fusion is a bit similar to your soul ring materialization. Tang Lan commented. Renxue nodded. Just to explain the realization of this soul ring, the inspiration came from the fusion ring. Then Tang Lan raised his hand. Renxue was shocked. There are 212 recommended votes, and more will be added when the number reaches 300.